Okay, let's take a look at problem 3, graph and cubic functions. It says, what is the graph of each cubic function? Describe the graph, including end behavior, turning points, and increasing and decreasing intervals. All right, so I have first y equals 1/2 x to the third power. And so I know that I can have at most 2 turning points. I know that my a value is positive, and because it's positive, we can go back to the little chart that they gave us. It's positive, it's odd, so it's going to be down and up. And so let's look at our picture. We have down and then up, okay? And so there are no turning points. Even though we can have at most 2, there are none. And also it is increasing, so no matter what, as I'm looking at it, going like I'm reading a book from left to right, I'm increasing from negative infinity to positive infinity. Let's take a look at B. We have 3x minus x cubed. So this time it's not written in standard form. So we would have to say, okay, my a value is negative. So since my a value is negative, instead of going down up, it's going to go up down. And then we can have still at most 2 turning points. And by looking at my graph, I see that I have 2 turning points. And so there are turning points, and it says that my function decreases. So looking at it from left to right, from -1 to that x value of from negative infinity to -1. It increases from -1 all the way to this x value of 1, and then it decreases again from 1 to infinity. All right, let's do it on our own now. It says, what is the graph of each cubic function? Describe the graph. And so I've written it here on my whiteboard. And I'm sorry, I forgot the y for both of those. So the first one, I know that, so let's say a here. This is the first one. So it's going to be a negative a. And so remember, when we have a negative a, negative is odd, it's going to be up and down as far as my end behavior. All right, let's graph it. And my free graphing calculator at www.desmos.com. I already put it in for us. And so I'm going to zoom in to see, and it looks like I have 2 turning points. Right here and right here. So 1, -2 is a turning point. And I think this is the turning point at 1/3 and -2.14. We'll put 2.15. Alright, so looking at it, I am decreasing from negative infinity to 1/3. I'm going to put decrease from negative infinity to, I put 1/2 to 1/3. And then I am increasing from 1/3 to 1. I'm just looking at the x value. And then I am decreasing again from 1 to positive infinity. Okay? Alright, so now let's take a look at I can't get my other pens. I want to try another color. It won't come up for me. I'm sorry about that. Let's try the next one. Alright, so here, I'm sorry, first my end behavior is down up because it's positive. It's the opposite of the other one. So this is for B, it's down and up. Okay? So here I'm pointing down and here I'm pointing up. Okay? There are no turning points. Oops. Okay, so from the whole thing, I am constantly increasing. So I'm increasing from negative infinity to positive infinity. And hope that this helps.